just a reason to hate Steven Singer. Don't mess this up. Give mom a gift that will last a lifetime. Whether she has one child or 8, they all will have the perfect necklace at the perfect price. Visit Steven Singer at the other corner of 8th and Walnut. I always go down to the corner of 8th and Walnut, but that's the wrong place. I got to go to the other corner at 8th and Walnut. They got the perfect necklace for the perfect price. Other corner of 8th and Walnut, or call him at 888 I hate Steven Singer, or shop online at IHateStevenSinger.com today. Everybody hates Steven Singer. Some people because they're forced to go out and buy these diamonds. In my case, it's because I was out one night with Steven Singer, and every time I went we were in a bar, and every time I was in the bathroom, I come back and he was just rubbing his thumb in my beer. And I'm like, I'm not even going to drink that now. He's like, it's just a bit between me and you. And I just like this. I hate Steven Singer. Steven Singer is going to make your Mother's Day shopping easy. That's true. You can go and call him at 888 I hate Steven Singer, or shop online at IHateStevenSinger.com today. But do yourself a favor. If you're out partying with him, you're going to the bathroom, just say, I'm taking my beer with me. And he's like, into the bathroom? I go, yeah. I'd rather have it in the bathroom than knowing you're rubbing your thumb in it. Steven Singer Jewelers. One place, one price.
This is Bennington, Opie Radio, XM 103, Sirius 206.
The great, legendary Patti Smith. It is Bennington. Hashtag Bennington out there. Started smashing his head against a locker.
Started laughing hysterically.
Well, that sounds just like her.
Thanks. That's my favorite part.
What else can you do like Patti Smith? Like one other line. What was he drinking?
What was he drinking? I don't remember.
Tea.
Oh, I was in the hallway drinking a glass of tea. The boy looked at Johnny. Johnny wanted to run.
That's so amazing.
Smashing his head against the locker. Started smashing his head against the locker. Started laughing hysterically.
You know, she's got the South Jersey accent that Bruce doesn't have. Bruce somehow, when you hear Bruce Springsteen's accent, it's Woody Guthrie's. I don't know how he. I don't know where.
How did that work out?
I don't know what mountains in North Jersey he grew up with, but then you hear like that whole Camden thing in Patti Smith. That song is just amazing. Patti Smith is our house band today. Coming up at 2 o'clock, Unmasked on Raw Dog Comedy Hits with Kevin Pollak. You heard Kevin here earlier this week with O&J, and he was just great during that Unmasked. He was just so cool. And Chris is going to pull some stuff in just a little bit. You'll be able to, if you want to go over and see it on the iBang, just this amazing impressions that Kevin Pollak does. By the way, his movie is out on demand, iTunes, and it's Misery Loves Comedy. Opie is in that. Anthony's in it. Jimmy's in it. And it's just a great, great documentary. Tonight, E-Rock, 7 o'clock. What a show he's got lined up. Really one of my my favorite Unmasked, I think, that I've... Well, both those guys have been in Unmasked, right?
Yeah, both. That's Weibel and Weird Al, yeah.
We did Weird Al first.
Yeah.
And then Alan's Weibel later. So, E-Rock Solo, the 3 o'clock today on this channel with Sam. It's a look back at Little Beaver and Sky Low Low. Should be a hell of a wrestling show. Tonight, RBI, Oliver Stone, Lizzie Kaplan. That should not be the RBI.
No, that's
that
the
was
wrong
last
plug.
night.
It'll be Kevin Pollak on Indie, Channel 102 tonight. I'm going to cross that out.
Yeah, cross out the one that you don't have to read. And then the one that I read will still be the same.
No, take this one. It's better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's got just scribble on it.
Just cross
that
out.
is better.
Cross out.
Up on the iBank today, this is a surprising story that you will not and cannot believe this one, but the Patriots were invited to the White House. Everybody showed but Tom Brady. He wanted no part of it.
What was he doing? That you're so busy.
I think he had to take the kids to Dave and Buster's. I think he's mad at Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein Obama was doing some jokes about Deflategate, even when he was inviting the guys in. And Brady don't like that shit, you know?
He doesn't take to the razzing.
Yeah, he doesn't like, hey, he's like, see you guys having a good time, grabbing ass around here. I got another funny joke for you. 4 guys in the bullpen in San Quentin wondering how they all got there. But yeah, and Barack Hussein Obama's jokes fell flat, and then he brings up the Chicago Bears. Want to see the Bears here one day? Hope to invite the Bears. 'Cause I'm from Chicago. You don't do that to another team, you know?
Yeah.
You don't fucking invite the Rolling Stones in and start talking about the Kinks. It's just not done in civilized society. So because of that...
He didn't take too kindly.
You don't get Tom Brady. Jeremy Renner had to apologize, and so did Thor. They were, let's just see if this is something that's offensive. It offended the internet very, very quickly. The internet also gets offended fast.
Were actually pretty invested in the idea of Natasha with actually either or both of you guys, and now obviously she's with Bruce. What do you guys make of that?
She's a slut. I was going to say something along that line. It's a complete whore.
So boom, that was the whole thing. So they said that Black Widow was... They slut-shamed Black Widow. And and then had to apologize. E-Rock wants to, because this deals with comic book, E-Rock wants to get in on it.
I just want to say it's Chris Evans. He's Captain America.
Oh, that's different than Thor?
Yeah, Thor is Chris
Are they
Hemsworth.
related, though?
No. Not
Best
at all.
friends?
Best friends. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's clear that this is buddies talking about a buddy.
Well, they're also not talking about the actress. They're talking about the character.
Yeah, but it's just like, I mean, I guess it's clearly lighthearted. Like, if I thought that he actually was saying slut and he was angry.
All women are sluts.
Yeah, like, he's joking around.
Yeah, well, they're also probably punch drunk from doing so many of these
Right.
movie junket things.
It's like they're probably on their 50th interview of the day.
But I will give this advice to anyone. If they ask for an apology, just give it now. Give a meaningless apology to everyone. I want to apologize for what I've done. Please, I implore you, let me keep this job.
I'm sorry I slut-shamed a minor comic book character.
Well, one of those guys is a minor character himself. I mean, Captain America Thor, and that's his full name, Captain America Thor. He's a big star, but the other guy, he just runs around with a bow and arrow.
He's Hawkeye, he's Hawkeye. He has a bow,
That's a cool weapon, though, of choice, I think.
Not when you're going against fucking aliens from other dimensions. They have guns.
Yeah, but the motion of shooting a bow and arrow is kind of a cool look.
Yeah, it takes skill. That's why when people hunt and kill deer, I was like, well, you kill defenseless deer? And he goes, I did with a bow and arrow. And you're like, okay.
Fair enough.
I get it. I'm going to get one of these smart guns that are out now. I don't know whether you saw this up on the iBang, but the smart gun is close. Now, here's the weird thing. So a smart gun, I think it just goes, like if you own the gun and you're responsible for the gun, you're the only one who can shoot it.
Yeah, and you have there's another device, like a wristwatch type thing that has your radio. It's like a radio signal from the gun to the watch, so that only you're the only person who can.
What if someone else had the watch?
Then you can. Then if someone has the watch, say if I want to give you my smart gun, I have to give you this wristwatch thing, and then you could use the smart gun.
So you could keep the watch and the gun in different places, and if someone stole the gun,
then they can't use it.
Is that the only feature of the smart gun?
Yeah, that's what allows it for only the person who has this wristwatch.
Here's what you got to understand: we're at ground zero with smart guns.
Yeah.
Someday it'll understand your touch or whatever, your smell.
Because I'm hearing smart gun, and I'm thinking that means that you just say who you want to shoot, and then it'll just do it for you.
That would be a dumb.
I think it's a drone.
Yeah. Chris Stanley.
No.
Fly, my pretty. Fly. That would be a smart bullet more than a smart gun.
Right.
But we will get to the point where, and once you have the smart gun down, one that only understands your grip, right? Then the responsible people will have the guns, or you'll be able to arrest them pretty easily.
Right. And with the smart bullets.
See, here's what they're worried about. Someday, and it'll be soon, and gun owners are worried about this, the gun will tell the government who's firing this gun and how often and where they are firing it.
Yeah, the pro-gun people hate the smart gun. They want nothing to do with it. They think it's going to take away their gun rights, when it seems like it's just a safety precaution to me.
See, I think when you have a smart gun, that means you're computerized, you're hooked up.
Right.
Then I'll be able to fire that gun through hacking, even if it's in the guy's back pocket. Just shoot off a piece of his ass.
And with the smart gun, you're leaving too much room for error.
What way?
Siri, please murder. And then what if?
Then Siri says, I won't murder. You've got the 3 laws of robotics.
Isaac Asimov. You cannot do harm. You cannot, through an action, let a human get harm, and you can't harm yourself. I'm surprised I still remember that.
I'm not surprised. I totally believe that you remember that.
I think you live by it. The fact that you know that, not the Lord's Prayer, is an embarrassment. Do the Lord's Prayer real quick, without thinking.
How's it start? Just tell me how it starts. Our Father, who's in heaven.
No, you're already. Who art in heaven?
Art. It's a name.
Art.
Our Father, who art in heaven. Hollow is the name.
Yeah, Hollow is the name. The man's name is Hollow.
Hallowed is thy name. Thy kingdom come.
Mm-hmm.
Thy will be done.
Yep.
Here as it is in heaven.
Here as it is in heaven.
On earth as it is in heaven.
On earth as it is in heaven. Don't remember how it ends.
Give us
thy daily bread. What?
close.
You're an idiot.
I can't remember the prayer, that's all.
But yet you know the 3 laws of robotics.
I read Isaac Asimov a lot more than the Bible.
And you're bragging how?
He's a great writer.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Bennington, how are you?
Good.
Hey, Smart Gun's even crazier than that now. Pepper Hicks, who probably can't shoot a gun to save his life, could hit a target a mile away now. If it was a running deer, you laze it and you pull the trigger, it doesn't shoot, and as the deer's running, until you have the rifle exactly where it needs to be in order to hit that target, the computer doesn't release the trigger till then. So you pull the trigger, and then the scope's waiting until you're perfectly on target, and then it shoots the rifle, and you'll hit your target every time.
Now, is that is there sport in that though?
Yeah, there's no. It takes
no,
all the skill.
absolutely not. No, it takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah, I mean, literally, this was used to be a craft that you would have to get good at and understand the weapon and all, and now you just follow the instructions.
Wander into the woods, just pull the trigger constantly till something hits.
And then what if you it auto corrects from target to toddler, and then you
I have no problem
shoot
with that.
a toddler.
That's a toddler's fault.
Here's another piece we were bringing up about Jeremy Renner. I have to apologize. Adam Sandler is on the Walk of Shame right now because he's doing his Netflix movie, and the Indians that he hired are all offended by him.
Yeah, there was about a dozen.
Here's what they were offended by when he said, "Shampoo is better. It goes on first."
Conditioner is better. It makes the hair silky and smooth.
Why are they so mad at him? What did he do wrong?
All right, so some of the character names in the movie, like Beaver's Breath.
Okay, that'll do it.
Say no more.
We got you.
People peeing on a teepee.
Okay, because it's TP.
And then some of the it was people from the Navajo tribe. So they were annoyed that some of the costumes weren't authentic Native American. That really annoyed them as well.
Well, they said that they were dressed. They were supposed to be Apaches, and they were dressed like Comanches.
Yeah,
and it's just it's nothing but trouble over there. Nothing big, but big trouble.
You had to see this coming a little bit, though, right? Like you sign up for an Adam Sandler movie about the Old West or Native Americans or whatever.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying I don't blame them for walking, but I could have seen this coming.
You know, if you hire Irish people and they're like, all right, your name is Drunky Drinkerton, they're not going to be too upset with you.
Right.
But the Indians, they look around and they're like, this is ours. And there was just that article the other day that this country is worth like $342 trillion, even before you get to the buildings and the bridges. And
just
stuff.
land.
Right.
Just land. And they're like, where's our money?
We got screwed.
Yeah.
Can we get a piece of this?
You know, they were mad at him for his last movie, Adam Sandler. He hired Americans to play Africans, and they used funny voices, and they basically... He acted like he was an African 1930, not today.
Right.
I mean, Trevor Noah is from Africa, and he's taking over the Daily Show. So, yeah, Adam, that's good, I guess. I guess you're still pissing people off.
It's going to be weird, him just making all these Netflix movies. I think he's got like 3 coming up in there.
He's got 3?
Yeah, it was a 3-picture deal he signed with Netflix.
4-picture.
4-picture.
Alex in New Mexico claims that he was part of this Adam Sandler movie. You're on Bennington.
Good morning. How we doing?
Good.
Yeah, I do film extra stuff out here, and yeah, to say the least, that film is probably the lamest one I've been on in the last 6 months. But yeah, what's going on with the Indian thing is the costumes are it's a comedy movie. It's a comedy western, and it's there's elections going on in Arizona with the tribes, and it's Anthony Begay is throwing these misfits out there trying to get reelected, and it's actually shut down the set for 4 days for redistribution of costume from L.A. So it's just a big pissing contest going on out here over it.
Now, how is Adam handling this? Is he upset or just riding it out?
I don't know. As extras, in the agreement, you're not allowed to approach or talk to the actors and directors. But on that set, the Tina Fey movie they're filming out here, you can actually hang out. She comes into extras holding and hangs out with everybody and has lunch. But yeah, you're not allowed to talk to Adam Sandler.
Oh boy.
Okay.
On, Billy Madison.
Yeah, well, I guess just the people would be talking to him the whole time, though, right?
Yeah, but look at Tina Fey's being classy lady. It's pretty cool.
What is she doing?
Didn't he?
Just going around hanging with people?
Yeah,
I think he go into the extra tank, as he called it.
Yeah, hanging out, have lunch with them.
Glad-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Any guys ever watch my TV show? Brother Rock?
You guys heard of it, right?
Where are you on this? Do you think the Indians are too sensitive, or are they right on?
I think they're too sensitive. I think it was just a ridiculous Adam Sandler movie.
But that doesn't give you carte blanche just because you're a ridiculous person.
Yeah, I think that it's fine, to be offended by it. It's not for you. It hurts your feelings. But then I also feel like I'm not sure what you thought. Did you think that this was going to be a tasteful look at the history of Native American? I mean, I just
maybe you
feel
could have thrown in a couple of white jokes, just like some of the stupid things white people did. I think it's funny that they were able to shut down the movie, though. So they go around and find the proper pants. And that they're doing it.
Yeah, and that's a lot of sway in the actual film industry.
Well, yeah. But see, here's the stuff that you guys don't understand is that they took the whole Cherokee Nation and locked us on this reservation. I learned that from Paul Revere. Richard. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
I think Steve Martin was possibly a time traveler. As early as 1978 or so, he was using the word Google in one of his bits.
How did he use it?
Well, there's a bit about he was progressing up to the ultimate stereo, and toward the end of the bit he says, and now I have the Google Phonic stereo with 1,000 speakers and a moon rock needle.
Yeah, that's not like he sat around and going, I'm using Google on a computer. The word Google existed before.
It's a number. A Google's like a giant number.
No.
Yes.
No, it's
yes,
true.
it is.
That word.
Yes.
Wait. Yesterday, Neil deGrasse Tyson used the word moon rock, and Steve Martin also talked about moon rocks.
Oh, my God, dude. Are you driving or at your house?
No, I'm in my truck, but I'm getting my motor.
Aim it towards something. Aim it towards something, brother.
No.
You're talking crazy.
Neil invented moon rocks. Didn't you hear?
He did. He's a time traveler.
I saw Neil on television again today. He does a lot of TV.
Yeah.
A lot of TV.
I saw him on Daily Show last night.
He's beloved. How was he on the Daily Show?
He was good.
Was it his last time to say goodbye?
Yeah. It's the last
Everybody
time,
that goes on every show, they're like, hey, it's the last time I'll get to be on here with you.
So many shows ending.
Everything is ending. They've done away with everything we've ever had before. Questlove stood up for Kanye West. Everybody got mad at Kanye West because he did not laugh when Amy Schumer fell down on the red carpet. And then Questlove basically said, a lot of people fucking with Kanye. He's got to stay on point.
He said that the people are always trying to troll him. He can't let his guard down for a minute. And then he also kind of implied that Kanye didn't know who Amy was.
He did kind of imply like almost she wasn't big enough to get the pop from him.
Sorry, Questlove, that she's not Jimmy Fallon big.
Come on, Quest.
I can tell you right now, though, she could have spread her legs and gave birth right there on the red carpet, and they would not have turned around. They'd have been like, we're taking this photo right now. It's all about those two. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't get to that point and get shaken off of your own publicity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their job is to keep publicity on themselves.
It's probably first and foremost, and and then the red carpet's like the most important thing for them at that.
Have you ever been to a red carpet?
Never. No,
they're not that good. They're not that exciting or terrific.
I've walked up on one before, and it's funny as like the glitzy idea that you have in your mind. You walk up on it, and you're just standing there, and you're just like, they're just a foot over here.
Yeah,
we're just pretending like this is something fabulous.
And a lot of times you're in a tent, you know what I mean? And the red carpet is something that gets used over and over again. And you got those guys just taking pictures, and they're like assholes, and they're just like, Kanye, turn your head to the left.
Oh, God.
Kim, get away from Kanye for a second. Like, they just yell shit. And it's just terrible. All right, who has more of a hunger for attention? Would you say Kim and Kanye, or Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Kim and Kanye.
Kim and Kanye by far, yeah.
I don't think it's close. I think it's Jay-Z and Beyonce. I think they're fucking nuts.
You think that they have more of a hunger for publicity?
More of a hunger and more bad products that they put out.
Listen, I think that they have more success what they have done with their publicity, and I would argue, yes, that they are definitely hungry, but I don't think that you could get to that level of selling yourself the way that couple has, the way Kim and Kanye have.
Let me say, if Kanye and Kim came in here and someone said to me, that's Jay-Z and Beyonce, I would probably just believe them. Because I can't tell the difference between any of them.
I believe Jay-Z's taller than Kanye.
Yeah. He's not that tall, though, I heard. He always looks very tall. He looks like a tall dude, but he's not.
Well, I was just going to say something, now I'm not going to.
Do not.
I was going to say his head looked like Mr. Peanut. I think he has an odd-shaped head.
I think he's so cute.
I know, a lot of women do. They love him.
I think he's just so cute.
I think he's done less with more. Like, he's like, everybody's, I'm like, what? Do you have no energy to give?
I heard once that he never writes down any of his lyrics. It's all at the top of his head.
No, I fucking believe that.
I feel like the Kim and Kanye, like, hook up, like, them coming together for the first time must have seemed like some sort of business transaction.
I'm sure
must have been
it was.
like, you're the biggest thing over here, I'm the biggest thing over here. Let's get a dynasty going.
Yeah, let's have our lawyers talk and set up something for our first date. Kevin Pollak tonight, and Chris Stanley, you added together some stuff. It's up on the iBank today. But this is Kevin Pollak from Unmasked. You do this 2 o'clock on Raw Dog and then all weekend long, as well as tonight right here on Opie Radio. But this is Kevin Pollak doing one-word impressions.
Liam Neeson. Alan Arkin, who I do in my act, you know, he and his youngest son, Tony, created a game called one-word impressions. So you do an impersonation of someone, but you can only use one word to sell the entire impersonation. And here's the toughest part. You cannot use a word that person is famous for saying. Okay? That's cheating. So for Liam Neeson, the word is bananas. You all have familiar with the word. And Liam Neeson says that word like this. Bananas. You ready to learn how to do Jason Statham?
Yes,
okay.
There we are.
All right, 6 words, boiled down to 2 syllables. Those 6 words are do you know what I mean? Right? Those are the 6 words in a row, which he says and boils them down to 2 syllables. You know what I mean? If I put you in that chair, you'd be dead in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? So he was a hero and idol of mine. I'd called in Larry King's radio show long before CNN, Mutual Radio. Larry was on an overnight show, and he had Albert Brooks on occasion. And one night I called in Larry King's show as Albert. Hi, Larry. It's Albert. Hi, buddy. And so Larry said, I don't know who this is, but that's not Albert Brooks, but that's the best Albert Brooks impression I've ever heard. So eventually, Larry would have me on the show. And one time, he was talking about me doing the impression of Albert, and Albert called in and said, hi, Larry, it's Albert. Listen, I'm listening to you and Kevin. I'm driving in my car. A cop pulled me over. He gave me 2 tickets.
He would light up when he brought you out.
Well, I had a bag of tricks. He loved impersonations. He loved characters. He did them himself. And I had a bag of tricks. So to go on that show and do Peter Falk and see him push himself away from the desk, clutching his chest, was a joy in life I can't possibly match. Yeah.
And you got that as a very young man. That was...
Yeah, my late 20s is when it started. And then, I remember Peter Falk stopping me in the produce section shortly thereafter. And moving one eye. He had famous for having a glass eye, which I was able to teach myself to move only one eye when doing the impression, which killed on Carson. But then being stopped by the man himself, Peter Falk, in the produce section at Ralph's in Los Angeles, and having him say, how do you do that with your eye? Me, I understand, but how do you do that?
You can actually see the video. It's up on the iBang, and we said before, Kevin has made a terrific movie that's out now, and you can go over and check it out on demand or iTunes. Go over to see this video on the iBang, though. It's because to see him visually do it is pretty amazing. I'm a big fan of Kevin's, but that thing of how much Carson, because Kevin was like in his, as he just said, his late 20s, and this is like towards the end of Carson. So Carson was in his 60s at the time, and you could just see how much that he adored Kevin, and I don't think he did too much of that of people of that generation. Like you could have seen in Carson that Carson was like kind of done with meeting new comics.
He had his guys.
I remember when Brian Regan did it. It was pretty late in Carson's run, and I just was really wanting Regan to kill, and he did. But Kevin would do panel, like not even just come on and do stand-up. He would come on as Johnny's friend and come over and sit down, and they were like two buddies together. There's a thing in the book where like Kevin was so comfortable that he wore some weird costume like from something else, and it just died and laid there. And Carson was just like before, like, oh, you're gonna put that on? You're gonna wear that? And he's like, yeah, I thought it would be real funny. And Carson was just like, okay. Knowing that show, it just doesn't work. When we run this later today, we've got that book, How I Slept My Way to the Middle. And there he is, sleeping his way to the middle, with Kevin Pollak, signed by him. Just really, really great stuff in there. And we'll give that out a little later on. We're going to take a break here. We'll be right back. It's Bennington.
You're listening to Bennington. It's gone to break. Don't worry, it's coming back. Opie Radio, XM 103, Sirius 206. This is Jim Norton.
Is there a more horrifying moment than when you hand your phone to somebody to look at a photo? Because all you're thinking is, don't scroll.
You hear him every day on Opie Radio, but now he's taking over Raw Dog.
I'm Jim Norton, and this weekend I'm taking over Raw Dog Comedy Hits. And it's perfect to do for the weekend because my comedy special airs Friday night, 10 p.m. on Epix and EpixHD.com. Contextually inadequate.
Jim Norton, today, 5 p.m. Eastern on Raw Dog Comedy Hits 99.
Every NBA and NHL playoff game is on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app. Each league's biggest stars.
Right to the rim, good! Curry scores! Alex Ovechkin!
Have one goal in mind: to win a championship.
Alec Martinez for the Los Angeles Kings!
The San Antonio Spurs have won the NBA championship.
Don't miss the history-making NBA and NHL playoff moments on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app.
Your degree is within reach. California Coast University offers affordable, self-paced online programs. You can graduate in as little as 9 months from their flexible undergraduate and graduate degrees. Contact CCU for an evaluation of your previous academic and professional experience. Call 888-CCU-UNIV or visit grad.calcoast.edu. That's grad.calcoast.edu. Your future begins here with an accredited degree from California Coast University.
Hi, this is Dan Mancini. Unlike a lot of meatballs you'll find out there who use preservatives and fillers and all kinds of junk, my grandmother always said, only cook with real ingredients. So look for Mama Mancini's meatballs in the refrigerated section of your local market. If they don't carry Mama Mancini's, tell them you want them. Mama Mancini's. We never cook with junk. We only use real ingredients, the same ones Grandma used.
Mama Mancini's, the meatball lovers meatball.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-353-9057. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-353-9057. That's 800-353-9057. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-353-9057. 800-353-9057.
Mother's Day just got way more exciting with the magical Siva connected photo frame that displays photos you send from any smartphone or computer. Just snap and send. Life's little moments are lost on your smartphone, Facebook, and Instagram. Share them with Mom with just a click. Siva's more than a picture frame. It's a magical window into your world. One that'll surprise and delight Mom every time you send a new picture. Order a Siva in time for the best Mother's Day ever. Just visit magicframe.com.
The announcement you've been waiting for from Steven Singer Jewelers is here. The brand new rose color for Mother's Day 2015 is pink champagne. Give her a rose that is the perfect symbol of love and celebration. It's the perfect gift at the perfect price. All for the moms in your life. Can you imagine Steven Singer's famous 24-karat gold-dipped roses are a great gift for Mother's Day, starting at just $59. The real long stem rose is lavishly and deeply dipped in 24-karat gold. It's a gift that shall last forever. So why worry about Mother's Day already? Because Steven Singer sells out of this gift every year, and he wants to make sure you get the first shot at ordering his brand new color, pink champagne. It's beautiful. Limited quantities are available, so order yours today. Steven makes it so easy. Just go online to stevensinger.com and reserve yours today. The perfect gift at the perfect price. One place, one price. Steven Singer Jewelers. On the phone, 188. I hate Steven Singer. Or online at IHateStevenSinger.com.
Get a preview of the nation's top college football teams with more than 20 spring football games on Sirius XM. Touchdown! Hear live broadcasts as players compete for positions and teams get ready for the 2015 season. Saturday, catch spring games from Michigan State.
Connor Cook throws over the middle. Caught by R.J. Shelton all by himself. Touchdown, MSU.
Arkansas, Tennessee, Kansas State, Virginia Tech, and West Virginia. To find your team, go to SiriusXM.com/college football schedule.
Now, a credit repair tip from creditrepair.com. Credit tip number 1. Late payments are among the top causes of a lower credit score. But did you know that even after you pay them off, late payments remain on your credit report as a negative item that continues to hurt your score? Your credit score improves when those late payments are actually removed from your report, but it can be extremely difficult. That's why you need the credit experts at creditrepair.com. They work with both your creditors and the credit bureaus to remove questionable negative items from your report and improve your credit score. If you're suffering from a low credit score, call creditrepair.com at 800-823-8862. And in just a few minutes, you'll know exactly what's hurting your credit score and how to improve it. For over 15 years, we've been helping thousands. So call creditrepair.com at 800-823-8862. 800-823-8862. 800-823-8862.
Maybe you're not thinking about your thinning hair yet, but you do not want to be one of those guys sporting a sweet comb-over in his 30s. You'll end up paying for products and procedures to try to get your hair back. Good thing you can do something to keep the hair you have now. Purador Premium Hair Loss Prevention Therapy Shampoo blends proven organic ingredients to help strengthen your hair and block DHT. That's what causes baldness. Purador has none of the harsh chemicals in most shampoos that cause many chronic hair problems, and there are none of the side effects of those prescription hair loss products. And Purador is even backed by a 100-day money-back guarantee. You can save 50% now on your 90-day supply of Purador and get free shipping by going to retainthemane.com or call 888-967-8747. That's retainthemane.com or 888-967-8747.
FamousSmoke.com would like to apologize. Not long ago, our Twitter feed lit up because our radio commercials, well, suck. In hindsight, it's true, and we feel bad that we made you endure Vinny V.
This coupon thing is wowie zowie.
Suffered our shameless holiday pandering.
You're Sakarna Leprechaun at FamousSmoke.com.
And are downright remorseful that we put it to music.
First you take your cigar.
Problem is, we're too busy slashing prices on the biggest selection of cigars from Acid, Cohiba, Romeo, Padron, and hundreds more brands to make good commercials. But we know we can do better. And here's proof. Go to FamousSmoke.com and click the Activate button. One click will give you 10% cash back on your purchase of $75 or more. That's FamousSmoke.com and click Activate. And let's agree, no more commercials that suck. Just the top-notch premium cigars you love at discount prices and 10% cash back on your order when you click Activate at FamousSmoke.com.
Is your business in compliance with the Affordable Care Act provisions that took effect January 1st? You may already need to be tracking hours, wages, and coverage to complete complex IRS forms before the deadline. Sound difficult? It is. But Paychex is ready to help with every aspect of healthcare reform tracking, coverage, and reporting. Visit Paychex.com. That's Paychex.com today.
You're listening to Bennington on Opie Radio, XM 103, Sirius 2.
house band. I don't know whether we'll ever do that well again. I think we might have peaked.
Could that be the definitive house band?
I think maybe at this point, if we do anything, we should just have monkeys hitting sticks against a rock and say we're going in a whole different direction.
I think we could book them. I think we could get them.
Oh, I'm not talking about the monkeys.
Oh,
I'm just talking about actual monkeys.
That's going to be harder.
But monkeys wearing suits, maybe dressed like the Reservoir Dogs. This is Bennington. Hashtag Bennington for you younger people who are out there on the Twitter feed right now. Oh, speaking of which, there's always strange stuff that happens. But I'm looking, this has got sent to me today. Now, I'm a big fan of, and this is going to shock everyone, the David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Miles a star. Anyway, he produced an album and wrote the title song for a little band called Mott the Hoople, and a song called All the Young Dudes that completely changed my life. So maybe even saved my life, for all I know. And a few years ago, one of the great thrills of all time, I had Ian Hunter in here, and we were talking, and Ian Hunter, or probably his people, just tweeted out that interview to folks and said Ron is a great interviewer, and put hashtag Bennington. So
that's
perhaps
crazy.
That's awesome.
As we speak, Ian's people, because I don't know if Ian's just sitting there tweeting stuff out, but for me it's even hard to believe that he even exists, because they were just, I saw them at the Hoople and they were just phenomenal. And to me, Ian Hunter is really one of the great rock and roll stars of all time. I'm saying if you're going to do rock and roll, you better glam it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you better have the viz. Need some platform boots.
Yeah.
A little androgyny.
Yeah.
Make it sexy,
Yeah, make it sexy. Sure. Who's saying it wasn't supposed to be sexy? It's rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I might have heard them cover Sweet Jane before I heard the original version of Sweet Jane.
Great version.
It is a great version. Although, really, doesn't everybody do a great version of Sweet Jane?
You can't really do a bad version.
Yeah, I haven't run into the people. I'm sure someone's out there who's done a terrible Sweet Jane version. So,
what was the 90s one that was so great? It was a female singer, right?
Cowboy Junkies.
Love that version, too.
Yeah.
That's great. Super good.
And Patti Smith was on the same soundtrack that you probably heard the Cowboy Junkies first on.
What soundtrack was that?
The Quentin Tarantino, Oliver Stone directed.
The Killer.
The Killers Within. It was called The Killers Within. The Murder Killers of Killtown. Mm-hmm. And it was so strange. Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers.
Now, by the way, have you seen Natural Born Killers in a while?
I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Doesn't hold up the way that I thought it would, although the soundtrack is amazing.
I believe it.
L7 is on there. I still listen to the soundtrack. Somebody, I gotta figure out who sent this to before I even go out and drop it. Coming up a little later on today, it is going to be Kevin Pollak, who, even though that you hear him stopping in and fooling around and fighting back and forth with Voss or Sam, I'm going to tell you folks something. Kevin Pollak's had an incredibly brilliant career. His dramatic acting career, one of the best of all time. But you got to hear him today talking about the movie that he did. And Chris had put together his impressions all in one little piece, and that's up on the Interbank today. Does Natural Born Killers hold up for you, Chris?
I haven't seen it in a while, but the last time I saw it, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, it still held up for me. I remember loving Sizemore.
I went.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Like Skagnetti.
Yeah.
Just the crazy.
Did you watch the crazy Sizemore movie that Artie's in?
I did. Yeah.
Did you? He isn't even in the scene with another human being.
I know.
He's just at the table.
Yeah.
You watched it too?
Yeah.
What did you think?
That was nuts.
Yeah.
Bananas.
Bananas.
That's just as good.
Yeah, the answer is yes to that, I guess. So, yeah, it didn't hold up for me the way that it did. Now, when Quentin Tarantino, when it came out, Quentin Tarantino said that he hated it on. I'm like, you're nuts, Quentin Tarantino. But now that I always wish I could have seen that and True Romance as a Quentin Tarantino film.
Oh, I feel like True Romance would have been totally different. I mean, there's the fan cuts of what they thought of what how Tarantino would have done it, but you can't trust that.
It's just shot differently.
Yeah.
There's a piece now. I think this is already up on the iBang. If not, it's going up. They've taken the Superman movie from a couple years ago and colorized it. You know how they drained all the color out of that movie, and they claim that there's a beautiful movie in there somewhere. But I love True Romance.
Oh, I love that movie. That holds up big time.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way it couldn't hold up. I mean, there's just the Hans Zimmer song alone. If I hear that, I like
that beginning.
Yeah, you're so cool.
You're
That's
so
the name
cool.
of it?
Yeah.
You're so cool. You're so cool.
I love the John Waite song in that, too. Is it Two Lonely Birds? Is that the one that he did?
Yeah, I think so. That's it.
Yeah, that's a fucking great movie. And Patricia Arquette, who could not be in love with her in that movie? Miss Alabama Worley.
It's too bad she's in the Unfuckable Club now from Amy Schumer. You know, she was in not too long ago to talk about Boyhood. And Boyhood was so great that I didn't want to bring up True Romance to her, you know what I mean? Because it was so beautiful and she was so proud. Went on and won the Oscar for it. But I've just felt like I'm looking at Alabama the whole time.
And it was just your heart fluttering?
Well, it always is anyway. I think I've got some kind of problem there.
Murmur?
I was born with a murmur. Ma'am, your babies have a murmur.
And that cord.
Wrapped right around my neck. Well, whatever. It happened. Let me go over here to... Let me see Jay here. His phone's acting nutty. Jay, what's up, buddy?
Hey, $1 million, Ronnie. How's it going? I just wanted to say I want a copy of that Kevin Pollak book from the Opie and Anthony show back when Anthony was still there. And I read through it. What an excellent read. The balls that he has to walk on stage with Rich Little as a
kid.
Man,
he's just crazy. He's just crazy. But this is why this book is great. There's so many just show business stories. Him meeting Belushi and him going to Vegas with all the big stars, like going into Vegas with Bruce Willis and people like that.
Right. It was just such an easy read. He's probably one of my favorite, or definitely in my top 10 comics, too. But I love when you guys have him on. He is hilarious.
Well, listen today, 2 o'clock for the Unmasked.
Absolutely. One more thing, Ronnie. I'm going to see the Stones at the Orlando Citrus Bowl. Never been to that venue. Any suggestions?
Yeah, sit up front.
Yeah, I'm on the floor.
Yeah, good luck with it. I mean, you're at a football stadium and you're outside. I don't know what to tell you.
It's intimate. It's an intimate setting.
You're going to see the Stones. You're going to see this version of the Stones. Enjoy.
Spectacle.
And Billy rapped all night about a suicide. To me, just being mentioned with Ian Hunter is just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing.
It's so thrilling.
Let me say for you, Hicks, who it'd be like, oh, I know. It'd be like Jar Jar Binks name-checking you somewhere.
He's not even real.
How about when you were doing his fucking voice the other day?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I'm Jar Jar Binks.
No,
was that not it?
No.
You were doing the
Risa. There we go. That's it.
Yeah.
Risa Jar Jar Binks.
There we go.
Shitty character.
Yeah. No,
He's your favorite character, though, right?
I mean, out of all of them, it's number one. Yeah. Then like Jabba the Hutt, and then I guess his Salacious Crumb, and then Stormtroopers, just generally.
I have seen the script for the new Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah.
How is it?
It's dark. It's a lot darker than most people. I'll just tell you.
Spoilers?
Yeah, I'm going to give you one spoiler, and I don't think it's going to ruin anything.
Okay.
Though.
All right.
But Luke and Leia, right?
Yeah.
had a retard baby together.
What?
And then that baby grows up, and it's like a mutant, and they.
How does it have the Force? Can it like use?
Oh yeah, it uses the Force, but it's very confused about it.
I see. That's bad because if a special needs Jedi won't know how to really use
and
it.
The strength alone.
It's just going to be like this. It's just because he's breathing out of his mouth. There's no mask on or anything.
Cybernetic implant. Just as bad Jedi lungs.
Yeah. And he's. Do you remember the first planet that they were on? That
Tatooine?
Yeah. So it opens up. It's just a plain thing of Tatooine.
Yeah.
And then you see this kid just riding on a big, thick bike.
He's like an actual bike.
Yeah.
Like
I
a land
guess he
speeder.
has a baseball card down between the spokes. It sounds like it has a motor.
I didn't even
so
know.
this is coming out. It's the new Star Wars. It's called A New Soap. And it's so good to have those. It's like my childhood is singing to me, you know?
In surround sound.
Everyone wants to go back in a time before they had sex, when they were just really happy.
Good virgin fun.
Yeah.
That's what I like to call Star Wars. Sober virgin fun.
The best fun there is.
I'm trying to make a deal with Disney right now to open up Star Bars. And it's just...
Oh, at the cantina?
Yeah. You just put them in every airport in the country.
And it's just like...
It's the Muppets. It's basically a Muppet song.
It's a great tune, though.
Are people writing, where do I find those impressions that Pollak did earlier? We told you, they're up on the iBank today.
Right there, right on the front page.
The Filtered Excellence is up there today. The Industry report that everything's happened around comedy. A couple great things, too, like Tom Brady not showing up at the White House and Jeremy Renner's apology. Oh, did you guys see Ronaldo gives a kid a shirt?
No, I didn't.
I didn't see that.
It's Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel. I don't know if you guys even want to see it. So here's the bad thing. You take Ronaldo, and he was, maybe I didn't even put it up yet. I did put it up. There's something, it got pulled? Is that it?
No.
Why are we
It's up
writing
there.
stuff up?
It's Ronaldo with an O.
Oh, you
Ronald.
idiot, Chris
I
Dandy.
misspelled it.
Randaldo.
And there's an A where you put...
Are you spelled
Oh,
that?
Jesus Christ. You were doing so good, too.
You were doing so good with that.
Yeah.
I misspelled one word. It's just, it's a hiccup.
Poured the milk all over your hard-boiled egg.
All over your hard drive. All right, so these little kids, they're watching the game, right? And Ronaldo is taking some kicks out there before the game. Now watch Ronaldo's face. Go ahead and play it. So everybody's all happy, and look at Ronaldo. He kicks, it goes into the stands and hits the kid. Look at Ronaldo's face. He's like, oh shit. So they basically had to bring ambulance people over to deal with it, because when you get hit one of those soccer balls, if you've been to a game, right, Gail?
Yeah.
Those things come flying in. So when everybody was walking out before the game, they were going to get into their game uniforms, Ronaldo goes running over to the kid and basically pulls a mean Joe Green out of this, right? Takes off the shirt. Now there's the little boy still crying, and he gets the Ronaldo shirt, and look at him crying his eyes out. And he didn't even give Ronaldo a Coke. And smell it. Smell the sweat of your hero.
His musk.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Isn't it sweet? Ronaldo said he's going to come and play in L.A. as soon as he gets old and no good. He said, and he gave the date like another 4 years or something.
As soon as I'm over the hill.
As soon as my legs basically don't work. But that's sweet, though, right?
It was really sweet. And his face when he saw it was just like, again.
Ah, fuck, I heard a child. Heard a child of myself. Too strong. My strength has killed a baby.
Yeah, I've been at those games before, and sat right behind the goal line, and when they miss, it just hits and reverberates the stands.
Yeah.
And I just thought, if that hits me in the head, it's just going to take my head right off.
Sometimes when I'm at a game and I'm just throwing flares around the soccer field, or yelling racist things at black people. You ever see this shit that those Europeans do at
They're
blacks?
the most
They're crazy.
racist fans in the world for anything.
I know, they make fun of us for slavery, and then here it is 2015, and they throw fucking bananas at black players.
If there's one black player in the field, they just go nuts. They just, it's bushels.
I can't stand them.
What's wrong with that?
No, that's because they don't have the open gun laws that we have. You know what I mean?
So
Maybe
maybe
they have to use racism.
we should airdrop some guns into Europe then. Help them out.
Oh,
Smart
we
guns.
have, smart guns. That's guns that think that they're smart, but are still marking out. Do me a favor, Pepper, and tell everybody who's going to be on E-Rock's show tonight.
Weird Al Yankovic is going to be on the show.
Love him.
Alan Zweibel will be on the show.
Love Alan Zweibel. Alan Zweibel wrote most of the Gilda Radner stuff.
Yeah, during the Unmasked, him talking about Gilda. It was...
Yeah, he loved Gilda. And here's the thing. Gilda partied, I'm going to say partied instead of dated. Everybody but him, because she was like, well, we want to stay friends, right? And, men will never get that. Men will never
friend zone
treasure the friendship. Like, for a woman saying, wouldn't it be better that we stayed friends than if we had sex once and then never talked again? And men will always go, no, it would be better the first part, that we have sex and you're dummy.
Prefer the former, because, whatever. I mean, why put up this ruse? It's out there.
You're friends with your chick, though, right?
Yeah.
Cherish her.
I do.
Cherish.
Gotta cherish her.
She used to date your buddy first, right?
Years ago, in college when we weren't dating.
And then
I knew her boyfriend.
You beat him up and took her away?
Yeah, I pulled a knife on him and said, get the fuck away from her.
That's great.
That's so romantic.
Then he went nuts and joined the army.
That doesn't mean you're nuts. It means you're a patriot, you idiot.
No, there was a weird period. He got himself together, and then, but that whole thing turned bad for a little while.
You could try to cover it up as much as you want to. You said
scrambling.
He went nuts and joined the army.
There was no ellipses there.
It's all in the past. It's all in the past now. Everything's great.
I remember when I did the Alan Zweibel Unmasked. It was like in August, and he had come walking over. He was working at a thing, and a man has never sweated so much in human history. And he was just wiping himself with paper towels in the bathroom, going, "Can I get a couple more minutes?" It was a very hot August night.
I remember.
I mean, a Neil Diamond hot August night that he would make a live album out of it. By the way, everybody in comedy loves Alan Zweibel. Everyone.
He's the sweetest dude ever. Just listening to Unmasked is amazing.
Well, you listen to E-Rock tonight instead of get an update of what's going on with him.
I'll get 7 p.m. right here on Opie Radio. It's Eric Nagel.
The only problem is that's when I'm watching Modern Family, and that Manny.
He
that
loves
kid.
Manny.
That kid is something else.
Which one's Manny? I don't watch the show.
Then what matters? It tells you.
I know there's Al Bundy, Sofia Vergara.
All right, so he's not those two.
Okay, all right, got it. I thought maybe you were talking about Bundy.
Al Bundy is the only name that you know for him. Kevin Pollak coming up at 2 p.m. today on the Raw Diggity Comedy Hits Channel 99. Also, you can hear Kevin Pollak tonight, 11 p.m. tonight, buddy, on Opie Radio. Larry, it's me. I'm calling in. The Desert Inn has heart. Hi, Larry.
Don't call me retardos.
And then Sam